My friends and my family, this is Trevor Chapman, modern day man, entrepreneur, achiever, purveyor of the good life, student of life, marketer. After over 10 years in business, tens of millions of dollars, I've learned this one thing. There's too much noise. It takes tactics and strategy. You can't buy it, you earn it through experience. Failure after failure hones the craft. You must become a warrior. It's time to run. The experience you can't buy. You had to have earned it. It's my turn to give back and contribute. I share all of my lessons from 7 to 8 and from 8 to 9 figures. We'll see if it goes from 9 to 10, but I'm gonna give it all to you. Consistency, persistence, dedication, vision, time, discipline, work. I'm gonna give it all to you so that you learn from where I failed and you learn from my experience. My brothers, this is your daily fuel.
What's up, everybody? Trevor here. One of the cool things about this podcast is that you kind of follow my life because I talk about what's pertinent right now with what I'm doing. In this very moment, and I may regret one day putting this out there on the airwaves, but I am driving to one of my warehouses to literally with the intention to dissolve a partnership because of false entitlement. I can handle most things. I can even handle an egotist when there is some merit for why the dude or the gal has such a big ego. But false entitlement is one of those things that I don't know yet, I have not learned yet how to deal with, because there is no merit for the entitlement in the first place. And usually these are people who are not high achievers. So, right now, look, you need to know who you are first off. Who are you? Go to 16personalities.com, take that test. Go to Tony Robbins' DISC, D-I-S-C, take that test. Find out who you are as a person. You want to know who I am? I am what's called a quick start. I will take an idea, and I will take it from zero to revenue very quickly. This is my ability. Most people fail in this area. They're pre-revenue for years and years and years, and it takes them a long time before they finally talk venture into it if it's a good enough idea. By far, the vast majority just never make it. But I can go from just a concept to something incredible quickly. But then, the way that my strengths are built is that for me to then worry about the details of the day-to-day are my weakness. So how do I deal with that? I know it's my weakness, so I don't try to solve for it. Instead, I find people that are really good at the details, and I have them do them for me. Example, solar. Never installed a solar panel in my life. Never financed a solar system in my life. Yet we became the largest financer and fulfillment arm of rooftop solar residential in our state of Utah and many others privately owned, simply because I had a grand picture. I could relay that to people and they would buy it in and believe in it. And then I got great people to do the stuff that I couldn't do. Now, with my internet businesses, I am dealing with a situation where there are people that I have brought on in positions of power within my series of companies. There's like a dozen of them. Not people, companies. And some of them feel entitled to the fruit of the labors of others merely just because, in virtue of the statement, well, because. Now, I can usually communicate effectively and take someone who may have an opinion that is not accurate and rationally talk them away from the cliff's edge and move forward. I'm dealing with a situation right now where the individual is being highly irrational. And for 2 months it's been this way. And I can't talk them from the edge. And so the only solution is to literally dissolve the partnership. Luckily, I know that I can find others to fulfill the spot. Now, they may not be as good as this individual, so I'll have to find 3, 4, or 5 people to do what this one person does. But it will free me from the emotional angst and the countless hours spent banging my head against the brick wall of communication that currently exists. While this person has built a great thing with me, there are many that can do what this person can do. What few can do is what you, the listener, can do, which is be an entrepreneur. So many people are risk adverse, and you want to know why? Because we've been programmed since our days in tribal movements to be risk adverse. It was the guy that did not keep fighting the saber-toothed tigers that lived and passed his genes on to the next kid that ran away from saber-toothed tigers. Very few fought them long enough to pass their genes on to create a progenitorship, if that's a name, of saber-toothed tiger fighters. Now, it just so happens that those that do fight saber-toothed tigers are those that change the world, but the vast majority are not. The vast majority are sheep that, don't do that. They're risk adverse. They want to find the job, even if they don't live how they want. At least they don't have the risk, right? Luckily, all the risk I take, in virtue of the fact that I'm a quick start and I understand my strengths, and I bring great people into the risk-adverse spots, and that's why I'm willing to shut things down, because I understand that. Now, for many years, I did not understand that. For many years, I literally thought that what I was supposed to do as an entrepreneur was to turn my weaknesses into strengths, and only after years and years of making marginal progress on my weaknesses did I finally realize what everyone was saying, which was only focus on your strengths. Einstein said, if you grow up your whole life trying to climb a tree as a fish, you're going to think that you're a pretty bad monkey. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. And he was, of course, talking about conventional education. But my friends, I highly, highly recommend that you find your strengths, not what you want to be good at. No. What you are good at, what you have a natural knack for, and magnify that. Usain Bolt does not run long distance, even though it'd be really cool to have 1 million medals in sprints and long distance. That dude understands one thing. He runs fast. Until he works on running fast, not running long distances for a long time. What are you good at? What are you good at? Not what do you deserve, because that's entitlement. You deserve nothing. Nothing. You and I deserve nothing but what we can physically kill and eat today. And I hope that you're the kind of person that will first feed the rest of the tribe all of the meat, and then if there's any leftovers, feed yourself. Balance that with the prudence of understanding that if you are the hunter in the tribe, the leader, that if you die, everyone starves. And this is the dichotomy of being an excellent leader and knowing who you are. Feed others, but don't kill yourself. Keep yourself strong. And so you've got to know when to sacrifice. You've got to know when to selfishly take certain portions of the spoils so that you can keep priming the pump of life. Wow. Being a high achiever and being an excellent whatever takes a large amount of intuition, doesn't it? Are you confused right now with our conversation? I hope that you are following along, but if you are confused, listen to previous episodes and later episodes. My gist and the point of all of this is fairly simple. Number one, not you or anybody else is entitled to absolutely anything on this planet. Nothing. Zilch. Have you seen any pictures of Arnold Schwarzenegger lately? He doesn't look like he did 30 years ago when he was working out 8 hours a day, does he? No, because despite putting in and paying his dues then, your dues were paid for today only. Excuse me. Your dues have only paid for up to yesterday. That is it. Today requires dues. And tomorrow you deserve nothing but the work that you do that allows you to put food in your mouth, money in your pocket, happiness in your lap, whatever it is. You deserve nothing. Your dues are never paid. Number 2, you cannot allow others in your organization to destroy it by themselves having a sense of entitlement. Stop that. Do not let that happen. Third, understand who you are, your strengths. Magnify them. Do not worry about your weaknesses. Hire people. I believe it was Henry Ford who, when in a courtroom, in an attempt to embarrass him, they asked him all kinds of trivia questions about the Civil War. Entangling him, he finally yelled at them and said, "What does it matter? I've got 25 people who wait on my every need, and with the push of a button, I could get a scholar in here to answer those questions." That has absolutely zero bearing on who I am. Know thyself. Know thyself. Know thyself. And daily pay your dues. And make sure your organization pays its dues. Or trim and hedge the bush. Snip the tree. Shape the leaves. So that it will eventually grow back into the type of growth that will excel. Because one leaf, thinking it deserves the water that all the other leaves have produced through providing life through photosynthesis for that tree, will be the downfall of the others. One bad apple kills the rest. All my love until tomorrow. Trevor out.